Yo, what's cracking everyone? Ericship 111 here and welcome to yet another hot lap battle on Gran Turismo Sport. Now I know it's been a while since my very first battle on this game, but let's continue with another epic battle, this time featuring once again the 2017 Mercedes-AMG Formula 1 car against an equally worthy opponent, the Red Bull X Standard. Now before we place these two cars in a head-to-head, let's take a look at today's hot lap track, the Red Bull Ring. Featuring 9 turns, the first corner is a steep uphill with a blind apex. Then we fire down the first straight with a slight left into turn 2, which is a slow but bumpy corner, and what I also tend to believe is the hardest corner on the track. Very easy to get caught out. Then we move through from turn 3 to 7. Here we can see the car's cornering ability and also is the slowest sector of the track, and then the last 2 turns forming a loop back out onto the main straight and crossing the finish line. So now that you have seen our hot lap track, let's move on to our first challenger, the 2017 Mercedes-AMG Formula 1. Alright, so here we go, an initial impressions lap with the 2017 Mercedes-AMG Formula 1 car. This is the Red Bull track, and let's see how well I go. Now, I am not running any traction control for this, but I am running ABS simply because using the joypad, it's quite difficult for me to feather or control the braking for some reason. It's a little bit more difficult than the accelerator. So anyways, coming to turn number 2, this is, every time that I always say it, that is the hardest corner around this Red Bull circuit. Now, hopefully I'll be a lot better when it comes to the hot lap battle, which I'm sure I will be. But coming onto this main part here, brake just before the 100. I'm not very good at talking while driving at the same time. But yeah, you've got to be very delicate with the throttle because coming out from corners, you can definitely get caught out. And once you get caught out, that's the entire lap finished. And then as we come through to this turn here, you don't have to brake here. You can go flat out with the Formula 1 car, which is good. Overall, this car does handle extremely well, but you need to know your braking points. If you don't know your braking points, then sometimes you're over pushing it a little bit like that, and then sometimes you're under pushing it, which won't allow you to get the fastest time possible. And of course, without any traction control, it is very difficult. So let me do one more lap here. Coming off to the first turn, I kind of let the throttle off a little bit and then just let the car glide through simply because it is a steep uphill turn. And then coming on to the turn 2, hopefully this time I am a lot better. Yes, I am. And then letting the wheels spin a little bit, but it's okay. As long as I'm not losing control, it's alright. Alright, hopefully this time braking down to 4th. Nope, spun out. Ah, man. Yeah, so this is a live commentary. Oh my gosh. If this was in real life, I would have definitely had a penalty already, which is not good. But, oh well. As an impressions lap, you can see the car does handle well, but it is very lively when exiting corners for sure. Let's see how well I go with the hot lap battle, and then we'll move on to the Red Bull X Standard. Clocking a lap time of 1 minute and 8.9 seconds, we now move on to the hot lap of the Red Bull X Standard, but before that, the initial impressions of the car. Alright, so I'm now in the Red Bull X Standard. This time, I am running traction control. I probably should be running without any traction control, but that's only because I'm trying to mimic how the Formula 1 car actually is in reality. But with this one, I think I'm just going to go with the traction control. I will say, coming to that first corner, I did overshoot it a little bit, but it feels a lot more stable. That could also possibly be because of the assist that I'm running. I ran a little bit wide there, but don't know, the car just feels a lot more planted at this point. You must know that the Red Bull X is about 100 brake horsepower less. Oh, went wide then. 100 brake horsepower less than the Formula 1 car. However, it does weigh about 70 kilograms lighter. So, that basically means that in terms of power to weight ratio, both of these cars are very similar. And then as we're pushing through this chicane here, I genuinely believe that the Red Bull X does corner a little bit better than the Formula 1 car as we make our way through the final loop towards the finish line. Those two corners just then really felt solid with the Red Bull car. This car is extremely planted, and I think it's easier and faster than the Formula 1 car from what I can feel going around the corners. So it will be interesting because it does have 100 brake horsepower less. So let's find out how fast the Red Bull car is around the Red Bull ring. Clocking a lap time of nearly 1 minute and 8 seconds flat, the Red Bull car did defeat the Formula 1 car by nearly 1 whole second around the Red Bull ring. As you can see, here is the leaderboard seeing the difference between the lap times. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button, but don't leave just yet because we will be putting these two cars in a side-by-side comparison at the very end. And lastly, if you guys enjoy what you see and also enjoy my channel as well, make sure to click the subscribe button with notifications turned on. That way you won't ever miss out on another video that goes live. I hope to see you guys in the next video and enjoy the side-by-side comparison. Peace.